My name is Brenda Stieber, and I am the Program Director for Social Work here at Marian University. I've been here for 8 years. I've been in higher education for about 29 years. So I am teaching a general education course this semester called Understanding Poverty. I had Christy DeChamps, who is an internship supervisor for me. She asked if I'd volunteer back in December as a member of the simulation. And I thought it was a really great experience. It was set up really well to give people the real life experience of what poverty is like and the struggles that people go through. So when I started teaching the class, I asked Christy, hey, would you be willing to come down to Fond du Lac and do this at Marian University? We did the simulation with 23 of my students. And the cool thing about it is that a lot of my students that were quiet in the classroom throughout the semester really got into this poverty simulation. They thought it seemed very realistic, and they got to play different roles, whether it be being the police or social services or school or work, and they got to act out those roles. But then in the middle were all these families that were handed a situation with various elements going on in their life, and then they had to make sure that they were able to live within the means. The debriefing part of it after the simulation was very valuable to hear the students and how they didn't realize how tough it was to live in poverty or the things in life that they take for granted. I think the biggest takeaway is just the ability to see how realistic it is to experience that. And one of the things I always ask my students is, how many paychecks are you away from poverty? I think we can talk about it in the classroom. I can talk about poverty in the classroom, but to actually have to live in a case scenario where you are struggling and you have to make hard choices on whether I'm gonna go to work or take my child to a doctor's appointment, how am I gonna pay for that doctor's appointment? I think their lens has shifted, and their mindset of what maybe in the past stereotypical of what poverty looked like is different than what they actually see it being now. Based upon the faculty members that joined me on poverty simulation, we met last week for teaching fellows, and we're already talking about how can we incorporate this poverty simulation for next year, and how can we incorporate it not only with social work classes, but for all students. It is a factor in our everyday life. Having educators, nursing students, social workers, psychology, criminal justice, all of those different disciplines participating in the poverty simulation for next year, because it is of value to understanding the types of people that they may encounter in their jobs. I think every student should go through the poverty simulation. It's practical. Every faculty member should go through it because it's part of life. We live in a world where diversity is people from different socioeconomic statuses. So I would highly encourage it, not only for educators, but anybody who wants to broaden their scope to understand more about poverty.